Our line of cyanoacrylate based superglues, or atom glues, or however you want to call them, runs under the name Protocolle, or also GP Atom in certain markets. We have different viscosities. We have a flexible type as well, and in this video I'm going to explain the general properties and the differences between the individual types. In general, our Renia Protocolle or GP Atom superglue works extremely fast, within a couple of seconds, and it does not require an activator. There's other products on the market that do, where you get a bond within maybe a minute or so, or faster if you hit it with an activator spray. With Renia Protocolle, all it takes is a few seconds, and yes, we also have an activator, but it's mostly used as a leak stopper if you put on too much adhesive, or if you want an absolute immediate bond when you're putting the pieces together already and you don't even have the time to wait the few seconds that it takes the adhesive by itself to cure. In general, cyanoacrylate adhesives are two-component adhesives or reactive adhesives. Now you might wonder, where is the second component? Because there is only one component in the bottle. The second component is air humidity. So cyanoacrylate cures by reacting with water, with moisture in the air, and then it forms a polymer between the two bonded surfaces, and that's how this works. So this implies that you need humidity in order for this to work. So for instance, it wouldn't necessarily work that well in the middle of a desert unless you can provide some extra humidity by, for instance, putting a wet rag on your workbench, or by using the activator or spraying it with water. This also implies, though, that the bottles should be protected from too much air humidity. If you work in a humid environment, lots of air humidity, you want to make sure that this is tightly closed after each application, and that it is stored in the proper way in order to lengthen the shelf life and not be exposed to premature crystallization inside the bottle, which can happen if too much humidity gets in. Also, you should keep these out of direct sunlight, out of too much heat. They are quite resistant compared to other products, but still, if you want to enjoy the full shelf life of at least 12 months, if not longer, you should make sure to keep them cool, keep them dry, keep them dark if possible. The fridge is a great place for these once they've been opened, so you can really enjoy the full shelf life if you're not using that much. The bottle itself comes in 20 grams and 50 gram bottles. We have a larger 1 liter bottle for industrial applications, industrial customers. We don't usually sell that into the trade. It doesn't make any sense. Most people don't need that much to justify such a large bottle, only if you're using it in real fabrication. That is where we have that. Now, these bottles come with a little spout like this. You cut it open in order to use it, and you should make sure that there is no residual glue stuck in here when you close it again, because that will crystallize where it's exposed to the air, to the humidity up here, and that will seal this. You can push through it with a needle a couple of times, but over time the spout will harden. You need to cut it off again, so you might end up with a far larger opening if you use this many times than you desire. So make sure that this is free of glue before you close it, maybe just by tapping against it or by using a needle to open it again. Then you close it, put it away. As I said, the fridge is a great place for this. Now, why do we have different types? Why not just one? One reason is viscosity. So we have the Protocolle S, which is very liquid. We have the Protocolle H, which is not as liquid, much higher viscosity. So this is interesting, where the adhesive is not supposed to run, where more absorbent surfaces are concerned, rigid absorbent surfaces are concerned, so it doesn't penetrate as much. We also have a bit of a specialty called Protocolle Flexible, which is a super glue that remains flexible, that can be used very successfully to bond flexible and even absorbent materials. It does not absorb into the surface, it stays on top, doesn't penetrate too much, a little bit, yes, and the bonded pieces, the layer of adhesive remains flexible, so you can use this on leather, you can use it on fabric, you can even use it to bond paper. It's not really the intended use, but for a little fix here and there, it's great. These are used widely in shoe repair. These are used widely in orthopedics, mostly for little fixes, for little repairs here and there. I would not necessarily recommend using them on the full surface, let's say, of a shoe sole. Some people do that, but such things are much easier with our proper primers and proper contact adhesives. You do not need the super glue for that, really. Of course, feel free to use it, but it's not really the intended use. The GP Atom comes in two varieties. I don't have them here. One is a more medium viscosity between the Protocol S and Protocol H, and one is a flexible variant called GP Atom Flexible that does the same thing as the Protocol Flexible, just under a different label. Depends a little bit on the market. These products are available through our usual sources, wholesalers, distributors that cater to the shoe repair, shoemaking, and orthopedic trade. The activator as well, if you need that. As I said, it's more of a stopgap if you are dealing with too much adhesive between the material layers. It works great for stopping that, or if you really need that immediate bond. So in general, very versatile, very useful products. For most materials with certain limitations, I wouldn't use them on polyethylene, polypropylene, but mostly anything else they do a great job on. And if used right, they are a valuable addition to your workshop.